Okay, am I live now? Because now I feel like an idiot. I thought I've been live this whole time. Okay, you guys can see me now, right? I'm live? Okay. Yeah, I was literally talking to myself. Had no idea you guys couldn't hear me. So, as you can tell, I shaved. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have to reset the timer, I guess. So basically, the giveaway this week is a game called Cookie Cutter. It's another Metroidvania. It's amazing. I'm not big on the story because some of it's the love interests and things, whatever. But man, is it so much fun to play. Just whatever you do, do not, and I mean this, no matter what, do not remap the buttons. You remap those buttons, you're going to break it. It just doesn't like you anymore. So let's go ahead and get that reset because, yeah. There we go. Let's restart that timer. Everyone go ahead and click that link up there if you guys want to get that copy. And we'll go from there. So I feel like a moron. Anyway, the other thing I was telling you guys that you didn't get to see, I got a new control. Good. PS4. Here's what's awesome about this guy. What's awesome about this guy is if you look over on the launch box, go to bed. You know you're not. Oh, a kiss. Okay, go now. You're grounded. You know you have to stay in your room. Kiddos, I love him to death and I want her to be with me. Yep, you're stuck in your room till tomorrow morning. All right. But yeah, PS4 control. It's actually really amazing for Launchbox. Watch this, guys. I don't know if you can see my screen on the Launchbox. The trackpad actually works as a trackpad for the whole Windows system. And I can go through and do this, which is great for the free version of Launchbox, where you don't even have to mess around with, you know, using a mouse to get everything to go. I mean, I'm using my mouse now, and then the trackpad. I'm just excited about that. And I'll do a video on how to set this up, and it actually reads this as an Xbox control. So I don't even have to worry about using it as a PlayStation and all that funny business. It actually translates this into the X input instead of being its own thing. A lot of fun, and I'm looking better at retro games using this guy. It's all about the D-pad, man. A good D-pad is all you need. Way better than this guy's D-pad. The D-pad on Xbox controls are garbage. I do like them better, though, for modern games, you know, to use the thumbstick in a more ergonomic thing placement instead of down here, you know, like the other. But I picked this up at the GameCon, $20. It's a real PS1 one, so these go usually used for about 35. I got this one at 20, and I'll buy them as I see them at 20. So, try it. Yeah, 8-bit though, $40 a pop. I'm broke. I can do a $20 here or there, and then I was at a thrift store or a used gaming place. $5. A little charger to set it on. I don't have it plugged in right now, but 3 PS4 controllers. I had no idea how good they were because I didn't play in PS4 games or PS4 era at all with them. I felt the control and I was like, this feels really good in the hand. I still think the original PlayStation control was a little better. It was a little not as wide, but I think I can get used to this. So, because my favorite fighting game control of all time, other than joystick, is a regular PlayStation control. Well, I buy used. So you're right. You're buying them new. They're $65. I bought this guy used at the game convention, $20, and it works amazing. And depends on where you get them used. If you're hitting like thrifty game stores, stuff like that, usually you can get them about 20. And this is the actual PlayStation one, not a knockoff. I don't know about the knockoffs. I know they're out there, and you can get those for about $20. But I'm kind of afraid to get those. But all I know is the actual PlayStation 4 I really like. I probably would love the 8-bit though as well, but the D-pad on this is big. It's great. I love it. Oh, you mean to like go up and down on the screen? I mean, I wonder if it's multi-touch. Let's find out. I haven't tried that much. Because usually when I get so far, I just scroll up using the D-pad. But just to pick the game real quick on wherever I'm at, I just go pick. So. I'm with you. If I can get the real thing, I mean, there's some non-OEMs that are good, but out there, but I seem to remember, I mean, there was one Super Nintendo control I loved, but it's when I was just messing around. It was a program pad. It was this huge, like, I mean, I guess they're pretty modern size now, but basically you could set in macros into the board with 3 buttons that were programmed around the side. That was kind of fun. But man, it was cheating, so cheating. Setting in some of the harder to do moves and hit the button. Did that all the time. Again, I forgot what I've said in the first run of this, that I thought we were already live. So yeah, there's that. I love the fact it works with Launchbox. And now this is going off because it shouldn't, but there we go. Okay, we got about 54 minutes, so I do the drawing. So I want to try some of their stuff because they've got some $20 wireless ones that look really interesting to me. Well, 2025. But I'm going to start, I think, getting some cheap controls, see what's out there. But I saw this at $20 at one vendor. Everyone else had them for about 35 used. So I picked up this one and just to test it, and no one had any 8BitDo anything at that convention. You couldn't find it. It was not there. But now I'm trying to remember. I didn't mention it since I went relive. Joe would literally kill me if I admitted this. I was this close to owning a Master System again. There were 2 of them from 2 different guys. Both had the phaser light gun, 2 controls. One actually had an additional joystick control, which was a lot of fun. Back in the day, I used to have that too. And they each came with like 2-3 games for $100. And I was like, I don't want to carry it around this early because it was at the no one's in this place mode. So I waited like a moron and should have grabbed them right off the bat. But I wasn't sure if I was going to find something else I wanted. So I didn't. So that was pretty dumb. Okay, that would make me mad. That's the other reason I'm thinking about buying the cheap $20 ones off of Amazon that are no name PS4 ones, so that I can go, "You're a fan," to the cheap one. But yeah. Retro Fighters, I don't like the way they look. Their layouts seem strange to me. The 64 one especially, that one looks really weird. Now, it might be nice, but it's just, it doesn't look like my type of control. Oh, yeah. Kids are rough on controls for sure. But yeah. So here's the surprise. I'm shaved. This only happens like once a year. So the Defender, I might have to look that one up. But this week's tutorial I normally do on Sunday is actually going to be about a 30-40 minute video of just the wrestling from the con, because I'm going to share that with you guys. Unfortunately, the last 5 minutes of the actual contest, for some reason I wasn't paying attention because I was watching the match while my phone was recording, and I lost the last 5 minutes somehow. No idea how that happened. You like it? I feel so naked, and my wife says I'm not allowed to do it. So yeah, I am not allowed to do this very much because my wife hates it, because within 3 to 15 minutes I am a hedgehog. and I still am, and I will be for probably a couple days. And she absolutely hates it. I mean, honestly, she hates it. But yeah, I mean, my wife said I look like I'm in my younger 30s now and not in my 40s. So I'm like, okay, there are benefits to being baby faced. So, and if I actually take it all the way, like when I first had it shaved this morning for like 5 minutes, there's no 5 o'clock, but then it just fills in on me. I feel naked though. I totally do. Now I'll show you. I let my wife cut my hair. That was a big mistake. I mean, well, I mean, it's jacked up from the hat, but yeah, she did. I love her. I'm going to have to go somewhere this weekend to have that refixed. Back when they were cheap and I was younger, I raged and destroyed quite a few controls. Actually, my first PlayStation control, I twisted this way and boom, gone. So that was a long time ago. The littlest, she was enamored. She came up and just kept rubbing my face because it has that, prickly texture, and just kept grinning. But no, she was fine with it. So, and my oldest has seen it more than that, but it was a lot of, yeah. But guys, I wish someone came with me to the con, because here's the thing. I feed off other people's energy when I'm out and doing things like that. I went out, looked through all the game stuff, shot the footage for the game room, which that's why no one was there, because I was there an hour earlier and got early access. And then just roamed around for a while, played some arcade games, played some of the consoles for a bit, didn't record any of it. Should have, but I'm not used to this recording out stuff. Had a really good chat with the guy who runs Peoria Con, which is going to be next year, March. And me and him are going to do some things. At least he said he was wanting to talk to me about it. I got his card on my desk somewhere, unless my kids took it. Yep, that might be a possibility. This is the other reason I need to get another room just dedicated for this, so. I just look better with a beard. I feel so naked and vulnerable right now, and I'm like, where is it? Where's my, because I always grab it. But yeah, you guys were talking about some amazing music stuff today. I mean, again, I'm trying to remember if I said this after I came back, but my first musical memory when I was a kid was sitting at the 8-track player, putting in Bad to Hell by Meatloaf, which is still to this day one of my probably top 20 albums. So I absolutely love Meatloaf, and I've been a fan since I was a child. My mom was really eclectic with music. I mean, she had everything from country to Zeppelin to Kansas to, I could just go on and on and on, and Beatles, and I got into Motown. I mean, I could Statler Brothers of all things. I mean, most people don't even know who that is, but I pretty much loved everything. Older country, pretty much up until the 90s is where I like the country. And then after that, it's, Village. Nice. Village People on 8-track. Nice. By the way, what song was it on the 8-track? I mean, I have a feeling, but Beatles and Queen. Queen, another amazing band that I get mad when people try to cover Queen. Like, I did karaoke all the time, and there was always one guy who would come up and do Bohemian Rhapsody, and I just turned and walked away. Except for one guy. There was this one guy, Xavier. Man, he could belt it. So he gave it respect. Rap and breakdancing. Yeah, see, I love that stuff too. NWA, old school, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash. I listened to all that because of my cousin Tommy. He used to watch me a lot. He was older than me, and he was huge into Star Wars. Gave me all Star Wars toys back then when he got too big for them. So, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't Adam Lambert. I don't like his rendition. Oh, there's no doubt. But like I said, my friend Xavier, he actually pulled it off to a point that I was impressed. Like, I would never cover Queen. I had a good voice when I was in my 20s, did until, well, smoking. And I remember when I lost my voice, it was about 22. I was singing Radiohead. I was doing Creep. And, you know, the part where he starts going up, up, up. And right at the last one, which I never cracked before, I cracked and I just felt my whole voice crash. And since then, I really haven't been able to sing. So, I mean, I've gotten a little of it back. I sang at my wedding a couple years back. I've been with my wife forever, but we only got married in 18. So, but I sang at my wedding and I did okay. And here's the thing. Me and my wife have been together since 08 or 09, technically. Sorry. We've been friends longer than that, but 09 is when we've been together. So for me, the wedding was just a formality. To me, this was already my wife. The only reason we never got married is I'm broke daddy gamer. We had no money. Then when my first daughter was going to be born, they're like, when you guys getting married? I'm like, when we have the money. They're like, oh, we'll pay for it. I'm like, why didn't we do this years ago? So I ended up, instead of doing a regular DJ, I had a karaoke jockey, and we just jammed out all night in the reception. My first song I did, though, and come on, I'm going to get flack for this, but realized I was having my first kid. So I did Creed, Arms Wide Open, which was a big one I did when I was out in Florida doing all the karaoke stuff. Everyone wanted me to sing that song. That and Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, which I still do that one pretty well. As long as I have a good female vocalist with me to kind of feed off the energy. So, but you're definitely right. Only one Freddie. So, sorry, I'm ranting. Oh, when you were listening to the Village People? Yeah. Memories are like that, man. Music to me is, like my next one. I had a Fisher Price record player, the brown one with the white or off-white with it too. And the first record I played on it was Michael Jackson, Thriller. That was the first record I owned myself. That wasn't like one of my mom's. That was awesome. I love that album. Oh, awesome, dude. Oh, I don't know to believe the whole drama about him or not. I mean, when you're famous, you get blamed for things that you may or may not have done. You never know the whole story. So I would like to hope he was framed and false accusations. That is my hope, because he seemed to do nothing but good for kids. And I get it, because now that I have kids, it's like I am nicer to other kids and I just like being around them. So, like I said, I don't have a voice anymore, guys. I don't. I'd be too embarrassed. Now, the funny thing is I am working on some ideas for parodies, but I'm going to have someone else sing it probably and just write some parody songs. Like, for some reason, I see Poison, Talk Dirty to Me as being a Halo not Warsong Gulch, Blood Gulch, from Halo 1. I like In the Warthog, something. I got it written down, but I got a bunch of them in my head that I just have always wanted to put out there for like old hair metal and just everything. Like, I want to think of one for Wonderwall just to mess with V. Yeah, J-Rod, that's how I feel. I mean, Michael Jackson was amazing. He was definitely strange, but you got to look at his life too. I mean, he grew up in the spotlight the whole time around his huge family, which was they were all kind of nutty too. But again, they couldn't be regular kids. They couldn't be socialized. They were awkward. I mean, me, I'm still awkward to this day. I mean, I couldn't make friends in school. I was lucky to find the few I had in as elementary students. I call him my brother, my buddy Kevin. I've known him since I was 10. He was 7. Yeah, he was 3 years younger, but you know what? We got along and we became family, practically. Yeah, he kind of abused the whole family. Here's the thing, I don't think it was about abuse. I think more of it was him just trying to exert control and keep them on track and keep them famous. It just felt like he was just trying too hard on that. And a lot of them did great. I mean, Janet Jackson was amazing. Well, I guess that's really it. I mean, I never got into LaToya. I mean, she was just on what, Playboy? Did she actually do anything else? No, I don't know that history. I don't know much about the Beach Boys. I was always a fan of the music, but I don't know their story. So, but I like, the only modern stuff I listen to anymore is just my Christian rock and roll. And even then, I'm really picky because so much of it's garbage. I have to really get into the lyrics and really feel it's the right words. So I listen to Skillet and Disciple. That's 99%. Every once in a while, I'll throw in something from Red, but that's 10 plus years old, and a couple other things. So, all right. Satellite, that's POD. Or do they have one on Satellite for Disciple? No, that's POD. I'm almost 100% sure. Because Satellite was the title track for that album. That was back in 2000. Oh, 2, 3, 4, somewhere in there, I think. Oh, I have no idea who the Hooters are. But I lived being from Columbus, Ohio. The one thing I could say that got me into some really good Christian music or rock and roll, because I've always been a rocker. That's been me since little. I love rock and roll more than I do any other genre, but and other things. But there was a radio station called Radio U. I know it's bigger now. They have an online web thing. They have a TV station now, but they all started out of Columbus, Ohio. So as a kid, I heard all the good rock and roll stuff. See, when you say zombie, I think Audio Adrenaline, some kind of zombie from the same titled album, which that would have been 96, 97, I think, when that came out. And man, I'm so mad about my hair. But whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll just have to go somewhere and get it fixed. My wife tried. She usually does it, but I guess it was just too late for her to do it last night. So, I don't know. Music these days, I couldn't even tell you anything great. Huh. I'll have to look that one up. But there are a lot of good bands out there, and if anyone knows anything good and modern, I mean, I'm more into indie stuff more than anything, from what I've heard. I think that's the way I've just went with everything. It's pretty much indie, underground. I'm not into the mainstream stuff. Like, you give me Nicki Minaj or any of that crap, I'm done. There might be one or two songs I can kind of, okay, but no, there's really not much. So. See, the funny thing is, even though I was a Christian, I was evil, and I went to, because I was huge into, oh, geez. Trying to think of the name of the bands. It's been so long. Zeromancer, Poptig Berserk was another one. A lot of electro synth stuff, and I'd go to the goth bar all the time. I love that place, but really it was not good for me. No, I mean, if you like them, it's fine. I don't listen to the mainstream radio or anything most of the time, so I don't really get exposed. I mean, the most modern stuff I can think of I liked was like I like Flow Rida, sorry, Whistle and things like that. But again, what was that, 10, 12 years ago by now? I don't know Dying. Oh, no, I know Cannibal Corpse. I grew up with Cannibal Corpse and Morbid Angel and Death, Napalm Death. Pretty much any band that ended in death. Nine Inch Nails, Manson. Well, those aren't death metal, but yeah, a lot of people. And they were, well, not Nine Inch Nails. Reznor's a prick. But Manson, it's all an act. It's such an act. Guar, that's an act. Those guys. I mean, when it comes to metal nowadays, I'd have to say, and even this isn't modern, I still like Nightwish. I like the operatic metals or the symphonic metals more. The progressions, their sounds, just, I love it. What are some of the big bands? Because the genres have just gotten to the point where it's like, what is black metal? Is that literally like the satanic, like dark stuff or what? Okay, Slayer. Okay, I never liked Slayer, but Sepultura. I like Sepultura. Oh, there's some songs that are poppy and catchy that'll catch me sometimes. Like, oh, what is it? It was from the soundtrack for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Trouble by Shampoo. That is a catchy tune that both my kids love, and I will listen to. Yes, Nightwish. Someone else likes Nightwish. See, I am mad. Nightwish came here near Chicago. This is when we had no kids, but my wife loves their music, but hates going out in public. So I could not convince her to go with me to the concert. So I didn't go because I wasn't going to go see our favorite band at the time without her. You're right, Digi. A good song's a good song regardless. I mean, I'm pretty much into anything as long as it's good. But, I mean, I try to listen to some things, but I find myself always going back to, like, my favorite concert. I hate to say this is my favorite concert I've been to, and I've been to tons. I mean, maybe because I was just so shocked is what it was. I went to see Def Leppard, Tesla, and Poison. And I put them in that order for a reason, even though Poison was built above Tesla. Yeah, we'll get to that. Def Leppard came on, and, well, Tesla came out first. And I thought I only knew like 3 songs of theirs. I literally thought I knew 3 songs. The whole set, I'm going, I knew every one of these songs. I had just forgotten how good they were. And I enjoyed the whole set. Next that came out was Poison. And the band, musically, they were spot on, beautiful. But Bret Michaels, he was slurring, he was drunk, he was all over the stage. He sounded like crap. Absolute crap. And it bummed out my brother because he was with me, Kevin, because that was his band back in the day. I was the Def Leppard fan during that era. He was the Poison fan. And I like Poison too, but nowhere near as much as Def Leppard. Because their voice, this guy's 70 something when I saw him, because it was like, it was before Fenn, so it's at least 7 or 8 years ago. He was in Tinley Park, but his voice was still amazing. The band still had the melody, the harmony. It was perfect. You just said you like Def Leppard. That's hair metal, technically. I mean, heavy metal, I give you that. I mean, to me still one of the best to this day, and I can actually still cover some of their stuff. I found that out the other day, a few years ago. I could still do some Megadeth, but Megadeth's still probably one of my favorites. Oh, Ozzy's amazing. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't get to see. It's like I got to see most of the tours. I didn't get to start going to concerts until I was, well, 17. So, hate rap and country. Somebody Dash. I have no idea who that is. Motley Crue, I thought they were a little overrated, but they were still good. I thought Poison actually in their prime was better than Motley Crue overall. Van Halen's amazing. I mean, I think no one can deny that. Now, the question I want to give you guys, David Lee Roth or, oh great, I blanked on the other guy, Sammy Hagar. I thought AC/DC was overrated too. I like them, but just like Metallica, by the end of a couple years into it, I was so burnt out of hearing AC/DC and Metallica, I don't like hearing them anymore unless I'm specifically in that mood. Oh, Guns N' Roses, that would have been a cool one to see. Because even if I could see them now, they're it's not like Def Leppard that was like their original still amazing. I've seen some of their live shows that just come off horrible. And you like Sammy Hagar better, did you? You know, Poison is just a fun party band, is really what it comes down to. They had a few soulful songs in there that were pretty good, but Something to Believe in, Every Rose Had Its Thorn was actually pretty good. Not my favorite songs, but they were okay. David Lee Roth for You Sin. 5150, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have a whole karaoke system out in the garage because I used to KJ as well. Hold on, guys, I need a second. Oh, I didn't tell you, my daughter's grounded. She played a game today, and we're not a game. She kicked her sister right in the chest. My 5-year-old kicked my 2-year-old dead in the chest, hard. And then when mommy goes to punish her, she throws a fit and starts talking back to mommy. Made me have to come home on my lunch and have a chat. So she's been upstairs in her room the whole day, and when it's time to eat, she comes down, eats, goes right back up. There's no electronics in her room. She has toys, but she wants her tablet and everything. So I'm a mean daddy. I hate the fact I have to punish her. But yeah, Def Leppard's absolutely amazing. I could pretty much listen to them anytime. Best album. Here's the thing. I think about them and I'm like, best album is so tough to choose. I mean, I would have to break it down to 3, and one of them will get me in trouble. Hysteria was amazing. Pyromania, absolutely amazing. And I actually loved Adrenalize, which is the one with Let's Get Rocked, because I thought it was a really good one. Some of the new stuff was okay. 2 Steps Behind, all that. That was awesome live though, when they did it live. So, but yeah, I want to see them again. I don't know if they're still touring because that was like right before COVID and all that. So. But yeah, I love Def Leppard. But let's see. I had a couple things I wanted to share if I can find them. without breaking anything. That's the fear. I'm going to break something. I'm using 2 screens right now, but I still feel like I don't have enough space to do everything. It just annoys me how I have to hit go live in my software and then go hit go live. It seems redundant. But seriously, you guys don't think that this guy looks like Elvis? What's his name? Bob Joyce. Seriously, Google this guy. He's right in YouTube. There's tons of shorts about him. He looks like Elvis to me. And when he sings, he does sound like Elvis. So he might be something. Oh, hold on. Can't see that yet. Ah. Off topic, however. Well, I don't use Chrome. I mean, technically, because it's Brave, but what would be? No, the guy's age would be about right for Elvis himself and not kids. So it's uncanny to me. And the guy sings just like him and supposedly even slipped once or twice and called himself Elvis. So, and here's the thing, when you have as much money and notoriety and power as Elvis did, if you really wanted to get away from the spotlight, you can do it. So, if he just wanted that quiet life back, I can see it. So, but what do you mean, Digi? I didn't quite get the question. I mean, I use a lot of Chrome plugins through Brave and everything, which are just the Chrome plugins. Like, I know I'm going to be using the Ninja Chat once I start bringing other people in to actually have multi-streams with multiple people on live, which I'm toying with the idea of doing a live game show, just retro completely. Oh, see? Dude, seriously, it literally is OBS Plus, because it has all the functionality to use all the OBS plugins, which makes OBS, and a bunch of stuff already built in under the hood. And they've lowered the resource usage in Prism compared to what OBS uses. So that is amazing. So that's the reason I tended to go with it, because it gave me everything OBS did plus some. The only thing I haven't figured out is how to, and I know I can do it, I just haven't put that much time into it, how to integrate stream elements into it. But again, I'm not big about the big flashy alerts and everything on the screen, but if I ever get to the point where I have enough where I'm getting super chats and things like that in here, and if that happens, you know, maybe have an alert for that. But really, that's it. I mean, I thought about doing alerts also to announce the winner, but the little thing I used to do the picking for me actually pops on screen, shows you who won. So, except for I use the free version, I might pay the $10 a year. Who knows? Hold on. Yeah, they love the Union Jack stuff, but they were from England, so I would love to meet those guys in person. But I heard some of their story on how they were completely debaucherous and everything in their, during the hysteria days and everything, and how they came out of that. Oh no. Greasy guy. Really? The Burger King. Oh man. So what do you think makes OBS better in your opinion? I'm really curious. And I'm not a fan of StreamYard because A, it costs money unless you want that stupid watermark. But yeah, I'd agree with you. OBS then, I mean, Prism, OBS, those are interchangeable depending on what you're comfortable with. But what do you think OBS is actually better? Well, here's the thing. I've never had a crash. V uses OBS and crashes all the time. All those plugins, I can just copy, drop them into the add-ons folder, and I can use the same exact plugins. So that's where I said it honestly is OBS Plus to me. Oh, open source. Yeah. The Prism isn't, but I like it. I wish I forgot the reason why I didn't do OBS. Yeah, I still need to read that one. I am weak on the Linux, guys. I am weak on the Linux. I heard it's a mess, so I have not watched it yet. I'm kind of interested in it just because I am a Star Wars fan, and man, this is going to bug me. I got to fix my camera. Thank you. Okay, I was too low on the screen. Oh, that's why I did it. Then it shows the edge of my desk. Because I have it's an L-shaped desk, and I'm sitting on a corner. Need Garuda Linux. I mean, I like Pop! OS. I've used Ubuntu. I've used Kali for a few things. But I'm a little intimidated by Arch. I know Garuda is an easier version, but it still intimidates me a bit. And yes, that annoys me so much that everything has to be woke, Digi. I hate woke. I'm done with it. Here's the thing, representation's fine, but don't make it everything. And that's a lot of the problem, is it's everything nowadays. I don't know. You guys have been around as long as me, some of you longer, but it seemed like during the initial movements of each group, homosexuality, we just want to be left alone, privacy. Oh, okay, fine. Privacy, what you do in the confines of your bedroom is up to you. And then it just progressively have gotten more and more and more, and I don't know, morality's just been ripped away. Everything's now, you have to be woke. And the funny thing is, you're supposed to be accepting of everyone unless they don't agree with you. And the thing is, I'll let people be people. They can be whoever they want to be. You know, I heard this from a meme, and it's so true. You know, you can do what you want, but you can't make me play along with it. You know, so that's how I feel about it. You know, you can't tell me you're obviously, if a man is standing here dressed as a woman, you are not a woman, no matter how much you tell me you are. Biologically, the body says no. I don't care if you have surgery or hormones. You are still a man. And you shouldn't be in women's sports, period. Just because you couldn't cut it in the guys' sports doesn't mean you get to go play in the women's league. Maybe minor league of, you know, whatever sport, but not the women's league. Sorry, I'll get on a rant on that, and I don't want to go there tonight. Man. Okay, let's go old school. There we go. Oh my God. You know, I think it was last time I wore a hat backwards like this, I was like 10 years old. We'll see. I mean, the new one sounds interesting. It's supposed to be, I don't know where it's supposed to be in canon. I don't know if it's parallel to the, what was it? Hold on. 6, 7, 8, 9. Or is it to replace 7, 8, or 9? So I don't know what they're going to do with it yet. But I hear it's supposed to cover Mara Jade and the expanded universe, which I was not a huge fan of, but a lot of people are. Right. Should there be things out there, though, for people Yes. I mean, there are specialty shows, specialty channels for pretty much anyone. So, yes, I will not take that right away from someone, but don't shove it down my kids' throats in a Disney movie. So. Oh, wow. A bunch of chats just popped. Wow, it actually fell behind. So that explains why I got really quiet. I was afraid I totally offended everyone in the room. But no offense, I care. I just speak my mind. Yeah, I mean, there has to be a good story to it. You're right. I mean, it's just in everything we do now. Everything. I don't want to lose the hat. I am so embarrassed. Fine, whatever. Sorry, kitty. You okay? I just threw my hat and whacked the cat with it on accident. So anyway. So what do you think he's going to beat Logan Paul down? Everything in my being says he's going to win that. Oh, screw you on. No. No, Derek. No. 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 Bad. Newspaper. Is there? Who has newspapers? Roll it up. No. But yeah. I don't know. When it comes to all that crap, I mean, I want my media to be good again. I mean, here's what's sad. Kids' movies and stuff nowadays, they are to coddle. I tried to let my kids watch Goonies and stuff I grew up with about her age. And she is terrified of these movies. She can't watch Dark Crystal. She can't watch any of these that I watched at her age. And it blows my mind, guys. It blows my mind. Oh, there it goes again. Holy crap, guys. I'm getting a lag in my chat. Only reason I do is when I'm having a bad hair day, usually. And I like hats. When I'm out and about, I'm usually wearing the hat except for at work. So. Now, that might be cool. I watched the first 2 seasons of Mando and I liked it. But yeah, I don't want to offend people if I can, but I'm not going to try not to either. I'm just going to speak it. Yeah, I mean, this might ruin my demographics and people watching me, but I don't know. Maybe it'll pick up on Rumble. I don't do live streams on Rumble, but that's because I don't think I could handle both chats at once. I know I can integrate it, but then I would basically have to put it on part of the screen so that I could have both integrated where you guys can see it too and kind of interact in the same chat. And that just seems so busy to me on it, so. You're not wrong. I mean, how many of rental properties are out there are owned by basically those 2 companies? Isn't it like 1 out of 9 or 1 out of 3? Or was that in only a certain area? I don't remember the numbers. Really? Oh, it's been in there for a while now. It's annoying. And I get some of the controversies, and I hate censorship. At the same time, I don't want it pulled on my... maybe it's because of Disney. I think it really comes down to Disney for me. Disney is made for children. Anyone disagree? I mean, Disney was for kids, and it truly should be. Their kids' movies shouldn't have all this other stuff put in. Keep it basic, moral, neutral. You're good to go. You know, that's really all they needed to do. Look at their old movies from the 80s and early 90s. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Now, the new stuff like Wish. I just watched the synopsis of that movie and I went, that's horrible. And it's just saying that the younger person's smarter than the older person who has the wisdom not to grant every wish. I was like, Sad thing is, when I was in my 20s, I probably agree with these movies. It's crazy how much you change as you get older and you see things for how they are and not just how you feel, if that makes sense. So, what's wrong with my bandwidth? Or do you mean because of my chat? I think that's because of the way I handle my chat. It's with a pop-out chat and everything, so I can do this. Nintendo's not clean either. They have some... I mean, you guys know the history of Nintendo, right? I mean, they started out as making... Well, they did other things, but the big things. They had Love Hotels, and they still own those in Japan. They also sold playing cards. That was two of their big ones. I should have the bandwidth. I mean, I'm a gigabit line. It's not the same both ways. I only get like 300 megabits up. 2 to 300, depends. But my down's the full megabit. Or gigabit. I had a long day at work. Okay, yes, you are correct, Nummy. But it wasn't in the same way. I mean, you didn't have a lesbian couple kissing in the background of the film. They didn't zoom in on these things. There were always jokes and inside jokes and adult jokes for us, but it wasn't always, let's push this agenda. The agenda was pretty simple back in the day. So, oh, how that ever got through, I have no idea. I absolutely have no idea. Rare had to have been like, guys, we got you a game. Here's a copy for you to play. And then we swapped them or something. There had to be some conspiracy on that one. But that was one of the best games ever. 5 megs per stream. See, I'd be completely fine then. Like right now, I mean, I'm not going to run a speed test. Oh, I do too. I mean, it was so much easier when you were a kid and younger. I mean, I lived in a rough neighborhood, but I don't know. It just seems so much better. I could go anywhere I wanted. My parents were like, be back at dark. Okay. And I would literally go from dawn to dusk and run around the whole city. They probably would have got mad if they actually knew how far away from the house I went, but they really didn't care as long as I came home. And now, even in the days of cell phones that we have now, they won't even let kids walk down the street. Like, my daughter's not allowed to leave the yard. That's my wife's thing. And I get it. When I was 5, I was running like a 2-block radius. So, I don't know. Now, oh, yeah, I know. It hurts my head. And here's the thing. Before transgenderism became a thing, I knew a couple transgender people who were pretty cool, you know, but they knew they were still a man, but they felt like a woman. I mean, it just... but they would never push it on kids. They would never pull any of the stuff they're trying to pull now to the children. You know what I mean? That's where the intent and change comes in. And it just feels like, I don't know. I know you're in Canada, Digi, so I don't know how your school system is. I know what the Illinois school system teaches in this area. That's why my kids are homeschooled. So. Yes, they would have been. You know, I've heard that too, and I don't know how Trudeau is still going. When do you guys get an election? You got one coming up, I hope. I don't know. To me, the world's going crazy. And again, I now realize what my parents were saying when they go, "Oh, kids these days." It now makes sense to me. But I don't feel that even us Gen Xers were that far off the mark. But then I think us Gen Xers raised the millennials and overcompensated, because I ran around like a crazy person and everything, and that's how I grew up. And then we were like, oh no, we're not going to let our children go through what we did, and then went far to the other side. And I'm trying to let my kids be as, what's the word I'm looking for, as independent as possible. I'll be like, shoot, go, do your thing. And then my wife's like, go get her. I'm like, no, let her run. So I hope he gets voted out. I mean, I cannot here. I don't want Biden. He's ruined so much. And everyone's like, oh, Trump can't fix it. I'm like, maybe not him. He's the only option we got right now. Okay. And he did a good job when he was in. Everyone just let the press play their BS games and report incorrectly. Nummy, you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've done all the research and all verified your sources, same as I have. All the bullcrap he went through during his presidency and all the ways they tried to stop him. And they did slow him down. This time he's going to come in like a steamroller and literally get stuff done. That's how I feel about it. So, to a point, yes, but here's the thing. I don't want to get into this, but Republicans are willing to compromise. But once you give a compromise to the other side then inches it, and makes it more further than it needs to be. You're right. You're not wrong. That's why there are good Democrats, good Republicans. They both exist. I mean, one of my favorites is still, he was technically Republican when he ran, but he's libertarian, and it was Ron Paul. That man's amazing. I love that man. So he is a very rare breed, but I hate to admit it. How do I put this? In my 20s or 30s even, I took that stupid, what are you, right or left wing test, the political test. And I used the same answers practically, because politically I haven't changed. I was centrist, leaning a little bit to the right. That was me 20 years ago. Now, with those same answers, I'm extreme right wing, because I have family values and a moral Christian mindset. So, yeah. All right. Too many. Trust me, I don't either. At work, there's a reason why everyone at work knows me as the weird retro arcade guy. Because the three things I know: religion, politics, and retro. There you go. I knew there was something there. Exactly. I mean, it started as we just want to be left alone and do our thing. And it just keeps progressing. And it's like, we just want to be able to get married. Okay, we just want to get married. Now everyone has to accept and do what we need because we're getting married. Like, I feel so bad. Is it Colorado? The baker who has been multiple times sued because their beliefs, they don't believe in making a wedding cake for a man and a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, for a homosexual couple. That is his beliefs and his religious right to do so. And he keeps getting hit with lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. Ooh, interesting. I mean, I have a theory. I mean, socialism, in theory, if, okay, I'll just come out straight. If we have the technology of Star Trek, replicators, and all of the like, replicators especially, there would be no want. Because if everyone could replicate what they needed, Oh, look, I got the brand new Xbox 38 or whatever the heck. Okay. Everyone will have it. No needs or wants. At that point, any innovation is purely for the enjoyment and the furtherment of innovation. That is possible, but again, you have to eliminate complete need, you know, and still people still need to have the fundamental rights to be able to opt out if they so choose to. Oh. Yeah, I figured we were on the same page. And here's the thing, I got friends that are lefties and they just roll their eyes at me about when I talk about things. And I don't want to say I'm a righty because really still, I don't feel like I've changed. It's like everything around me has changed. I still feel like I am neutral because I'm willing to listen to any policy as long as it makes sense. The problem is it always comes out with best intentions but goes the wrong way. It's again about resources and power. I mean, even Star Trek has shown that their structure can also be manipulated and stuff. Whereas the earlier series didn't do that as much. It showed it as a utopia. And it really is, for the most part, still there, but that's really the only way. Oh, it's yelling. It's time. All right. Let's get this done. Who's the winner tonight? I don't know yet. Let's find out. How do I always end up with these discussions with you guys? I swear. All right. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. You and Sheets. There we go. Derek putting in more than once. I see that. Come on, copy and paste. Boom, boom. All right, I think I got everyone. Let's see once I jump over. 4, 5, 6, 9. Yep, got everyone. So, who do you think's going to win? All right, there's everyone. That has to be V, right? I didn't catch that one right. Right there. Ah. Anyway. So our winner, if that's the winner, I'm going to lose it. Rosario. All right, Rosario. I will send you out the key for the game here in a little bit. Congratulations. Oh, wait. I'm ahead of myself. Ah, bad Josh. Doing the bad things. All right, Rosario. You have 15 minutes to say something in chat, starting now. Oh, that was you, Nummy. Thought for sure that was going to be oh, there we go. I can stop that timer. Congrats, Rosario. I will send you that link out here with the code. I hope you enjoy it. Now I'll tell you what I don't like about the game. The love interest is between the creator, who is a female human, and a cyborg, basically android human hybrid thing. But the control scheme and everything, it's just so much fun for that game. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Cookie Cutter. Now let's kick back. I missed a lot of comments there. And I can hide that. I don't need the clock anymore. Boom. And it's... Ah, there it is. All right, got that out of there. So... You know, Nummy, that we're getting closer to that. I mean, when I talk to people and I tell them, like, read certain books, 1984, Atlas Shrugged, and watch Idiocracy and a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I saw a Venn diagram with all those listed, and I went, this is where we're becoming. So you're not wrong. I know. Did you didn't get that one? By the way, here's the... I need a drink. There we go. I know that drives Nummy crazy. But I am going to buy a green cup from Perfect Storm Gaming. And definitely going to get a green one. Yeah. So... Oh, yeah, you mean, on Idiocracy. Oh, you saw a little bit spot of it and then all the ads. Yeah, we're almost there. Come on, guys. We really are. You ever go to a page that's a vlog or something and it's just... Come on. Now, the funny thing is, you know about the Crocs, right? Where he was like, I'm picking the most ridiculous shoe I can find. Most ridiculous shoe I can find. These aren't going to catch on. No one's going to wear them. Crocs. Now everyone wears them. I hate them myself, but my wife swears by them. I absolutely hate them. I wear barefoot shoes, no padding, anything in them, and my feet love me for it. But I can't do Crocs. Never have been. I put them on, and I'm like, these feel really bad. So I've never been a fan of that. But yeah, he'll send me the grain. You'll win one day. I mean, it's not much. I mean, I'll be blunt with you guys. Basically, I don't have much money, but I want to give back what I can. So when I see a good Humble Bundle with a great set of games on it, like the one I got with the Metroidvania stuff, I'm just going to give them away. I really kind of wanted to keep Cookie Cutter, though, because that is a fun game. I've played it a couple times, but I don't own it. But yeah, Digi, your turn will come. Just wait. We'll have another giant one with either RGG or something, and all of a sudden it'll be like, Digi wins the 9 million terabyte build. Oh, which way are you going around it? Because I know there's multiple ways. I'm just too lazy to set any of them up. And I don't mind ads, at least especially with YouTube, because I know that's how, like, RGG and all the guys we watch, that's how they get some of their money. I know they make money elsewhere, but it's part of what they get. I appreciate you guys hanging out with my lame ass, so... Oh, what's your language, Josh? You're on stream. No, it's okay. I want to do it. It's just fun for me, because it gives a little added thing. Like, the other thing I told you guys about, I am not joking. I really want to set up, like, an online trivia game show and do that weekly. I just host, and I would love to get, like, RGG... Vito, Joe, and maybe Retro Ralph. They get more retro guys, and just do that and have fun within the community. So I'll watch the video tomorrow. Digi, are you going to accept that? Or do you want to win on your own? You think so? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to set up because a battle royale for like what game? Or do you mean like trivia? You went on your own? I mean, I know a lot of stuff, but there's going to be, if we hit the PS, probably PlayStation 2, 3, those ones I don't have much knowledge in, but Xbox 360, and then most of the major systems below that I have a lot of knowledge. But I'm thinking about, because really it wouldn't be that hard to set up, because I could set up where you guys click into my OBS, send you guys like a QR code, or whoever's doing it, they just pop in, and I could keep them in the back room, mute, do whatever I need to do. I just haven't decided. It's like, do I want to do it like Jeopardy? Because I found a few ways I can do that. Do I want to do it like Wheel of Fortune? I've seen that too, you know. Yeah, I know you turned down the first one. Oh, the wife just brought me some of the onesies she got for the little new guy. They're big for him, so they'll be for later, but I can't deny them. I will go with this. Iron Man onesie, anyone?
Free.
And they were free, so I'm not going to argue. Oh, and then another one here. This is a DC one, not a Marvel one, dear. Said they were both Marvel.
Oh,
because this one is Flash, Green Lantern, Superman.
I'm not a big
Batman.
I didn't do a lot of.
I gotcha. I did both.
Outside.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it was so funny. My whole life, after probably about 15, every summer, it was football during the day, video games at night. Football during the day, video games at night. That is pretty much all we did. Now, I did play some soccer for a while, because when, was it 95? 95, I think it was, is when the big push for soccer with the World Cup was, I think it was 95. Came through. Everyone was into it. I mean, I bought the Adidas ball and everything, and I played. I was so mediocre at best. I had good hands, so I was a good goalie, but I was still only mediocre compared to anyone. Football I was really good at football growing up, but I was best at baseball, and yet I had no support because none of my boys wanted to play it. No one. We played football, soccer, or basketball, and I suck at basketball. It was thank you. It was 94. I knew it was 94 or 95. I know they don't do it every year, but I forgot the year. But it was so huge here in the States that it was everywhere. Everyone had the fever, and I think you were right that Brazil did win that year in the final. Barely remember that. It was so long ago. And it wasn't really my thing. It was just what everyone was into. So, of course, like a good friend with that group, I played soccer and did whatever they wanted on that. Pretty sure. I could hit a 3 if I had a few seconds, but that was about it. It wasn't great. I would still say I probably was less than a 30% accuracy on shooting. If not worse.
Cheesecake fat bombs for on screen.
Oh, cheesecake?
They're cheesecake flavored because they're cream cheese.
Okay, my wife's amazing, but I'm not going to eat it now. She made me little frozen cheesecake bites. So, I will save those for later. Well, right, we don't do graham cracker. But basically, if I'm not mistaken, that is just literally cream cheese. Is it butter?
Butter, heavy whipping cream. I use cake batter extract instead of vanilla, and a little bit of sweetener.
I don't know if you heard that, but...
Oh, I also add salt, but that's because the salt electrolyte carnivore. Cheat some on the carnivore.
Oh, I got some more of those. Trust me. That's my, because ice cream and frozen things are my weakness. She makes these for me. That way I can stay carnivore and still get a treat now and again. So my wife makes great cheesecake. I mean, I can look it up. If you look up keto Instapot cheesecake, it's amazingly simple and it is so good. She said she will link it in the link the one she uses in the comments for the carnivore friendly one, more so than the other, because that's why cheesecake's great. You can have it as a diabetic. I am a diabetic, type 2. I'm completely controlled by diet. So, yep, keto Instapot cheesecake. Yes, sir. And just omit the whatever they use as the bottom layer, like crusts or almonds or whatever, and you're full carnivore at that point. So, but yeah, it's great. That's my cheat. I mean, you guys didn't see me years ago. I'll put it this way. I am about 350 is my weight right now. I've lost a little, so I haven't weighed myself in a while. But last time I weighed myself about 4 months ago, I was 350. I've lost a little since then. When I first met my wife, I was closer to 500, and that was like 10 years ago. So I'm losing, it's just not as fast as I'd like. And I cheated a lot, and now this time I am staying hardcore carnivore with treats that are acceptable. So, yes, she's not wrong. I would eat 1.5 of the Little Caesars pizzas. I was a glutton. Now I'm lucky to eat a whole steak. I can barely eat it. I still drink from time to time, but not beer. I can't do beer. Liquor, I'm fine. Drink any liquor. My stomach's okay. I'm good. I drink beer, like if someone gives me, well, Bud makes me sick anyway, but any lagers, Miller, any of those. I can do Coors, strangely. But anything other than the super dark beers and Coors, I puke before I even feel anything. Maybe 2, 3, and I'm throwing up. Liquor, I can drink a whole bottle and I'm barely buzzed. So. Dude, I would love to get to 175. Actually, even at my best weight, back in high school, I started out like 250, but then I started locking myself in the weight room and I got down to 215. I was slim, but I was bulked. I could not get a six-pack. I tried and tried and tried. And this other little scrawny guy who was maybe $145 but really cut is like, can't get a six-pack. Duh. I'm like, no, I can't. I have done everything humanly possible. I can't get a six-pack. Yeah, I mean, during COVID, I gained a lot of weight too. It was just crazy. 270, that's a good drop. Steak and beer. I cook more with beer than anything. Like if I want to do bratwurst, I'll still get a Guinness or Old Rasputin. A little pricey, but it comes in a 4-pack. Absolutely amazing stout. Love it. Cooks bratwurst amazingly. Derek, holy. You know what? I can't bring myself under the knife. I hate going under the knife in doctors. I just, I can't do it. But I know 2 people who did it and it radically changed their lives. And they're a little skinnier than they're who I consider my sisters back in the day. They're a little too skinny now, but they're sweethearts. See, I couldn't take metformin. They put me on it. I was on it for a month and a half, and I gained
50 pounds on the metformin, and he felt awful.
Yeah, I gained 50 pounds, and I felt so sick on the metformin.
And then we found out they were giving his sister metformin for fertility treatment as a woman.
Yeah.
To up her estrogen.
Hey, there's V. We can stop talking about him now, okay? But yeah, just trying to lose all the weight myself again. And hey, V, you see? All gone. That was the surprise. And my hair's all jacked, but I threw my hat off, so whatever. I got no shame. But yeah, V, you missed it. We had a whole woke conversation. I don't need medication, so I'm not going to take it. Because Ozempic has a lot of side effects as well that they're starting to find, and I want to stay away from that crap. I don't trust any of the major pharmacy companies, man. All good, V. All good, V. Oh! You have anything crazy going tonight, or? No, trust me, I'm going to grow it back. It's just once a year. I like taking it completely down in the summer, and it hit that point where the humidity was high. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to cut it off, and I'm going to let it grow back. And I'll be honest, I wasn't taking care of it right. I didn't do the oil and everything, so I'm going to pick up some oils and make sure I do the growth right this time.
They want you to grow it back. Yes.
Yeah, well, everyone knows I need it. Honey, do you like me with shaved?
Your face looks extremely round when you shave it.
Yeah.
If you have a beard, you can shape it so your face looks long.
I could cheat. Hold on, guys. I can cheat this.
Oh, you're gonna... No, please, come on now. No filters.
Okay, there's a filter. That better?
No.
Oh, that is horrible.
It is awful.
Oh, that is awful.
That is worse.
I am turning that back off. Oh, that was garbage. That was hot garbage. Actually, I love swimming. So it's my preferred actual exercise. If I could do it, I did have a pool for a while, but yeah, I don't want to get into that one. But
also, he can't do the shaved baby face thing because
I told him that
5-10 minutes later he has the shadow and it's sandpaper face time.
Yeah,
nobody likes sandpaper faces.
If you want to come on here, hun, I have an extra mic. I could plug you in and get you on this.
I don't need to be on this.
Okay.
I like being the peanut gallery.
She's just the peanut gallery talking crap behind my back.
Yes.
But yeah, swimming is a quick way for me to lose weight. It's just finding the time and place. My plan this weekend, if it wasn't for my grandmother needing me to run her around all Saturday, was to go out to, well, there's a beach out in Galesburg, or there's a pool. I like going to Roanoke because the pools here in Peoria suck. And Roanoke's like stepping into a super small town. And I love that feel of an old small town, you know? It's just so nice. Trying to keep up with you guys. yeah, no. I don't want to do all that. I mean, I'm mad that the fact I have to use this, but I do like this. I think I got a really cool background. It was just a random one I found on Pixabay, and I like the way it moves. It's just almost robotic and cyberpunk kind of thing going. But you're not wrong. Dirty beard. I can't get rid of it. I mean, seriously, it hasn't grown any since about 15 minutes after I shaved, because it stays this for like a few days. Then it'll start coming in more. But 15 minutes, seriously. Oh, they're saying hi to you, hon. Broke Money Gamer.
Kids are asleep.
Yep. I sent the kids to bed, and I already told them about Finn. There is one, but again, okay, I'm going to preface. What's my name? Broke Daddy Gamer. Gyms are expensive. We're thought about it. We're going to see how the budget hits. There is a place called the Riverplex out here that for all of us would be $80, isn't it, a month? It'd be $80 for all of us, but
and then
that's
the girls could go to open swimming, and I could teach. They are
garbage.
Not stimulating enough to keep an ADHD trained.
I mean, if this is something we can afford, dear, let's plan it in. So I will do it. So be selfish. I can't be selfish with my kids and stuff. You know, I feel bad that I had to punish her and make her stay upstairs the whole day after what she did to mommy and her sister. So. Oh, okay. Yeah, V. Well, V already kind of knows I had this idea. I was thinking of setting up like a game show thing and see if you could get all the guys your contacts, all your buddies who are retro gamers, set up a schedule, do maybe 3 people a week. Winner stays on each week and do a kind of a trivia challenge and just keep going through all the retro gaming people. Agreed. I don't know where you came in on this, but I have lost a lot. About 10 years ago, I was over 500. So I'm getting there, just not as fast as I want. And I cheated a lot. Oh no, I was going to host. I'm a nobody, you know. So there are advantages of me hosting. I might actually get to grow. I keep doing my other content. We get to have more interaction on the live streams. I think it would just be kind of a lot of fun. Then he might be the champion. But seriously, how he didn't know about Gunstar Heroes? How he did not know about Gunstar Heroes for the Genesis just blows my mind, because that was one of the biggest and most popular Contra-like games on that system. Oh, I'm not cheating anymore. I'm hardcore. I'm done. I'm done faking it and having my random pizza and whatever. Like, we went out to eat the other day. I'm carnivore, right? So I ordered a burger and I took all the crap off of it and just ate the meat. And I was stuffed. I can't even eat much anymore. It's like, how do I put this? Like she said, a year and a half ago, you gave me 2 Little Caesars pizzas, 1.5 would be gone. I would eat them all. Now I'm lucky to eat 2, maybe 3 burger patties. About, small ones. And that's it. I'll get there. The biggest thing is I got to work my shoulders, because I don't have the flexibility in my shoulders I used to. So I want to start boxing again. I just need to get a setup in the backyard and get that set up, because I used to kickbox and all that. So I lost a lot. I didn't lose a lot of weight from that, but I gained a lot of stamina. I remember when I did that last time, I could run a mile. And when I did that, it had been like 10, 15 years since I had run a mile. And I did it without break. I mean, I broke a sweat, but I could breathe. I wasn't like, you know? Yeah, I mean, something like that. I mean, that would be a lot of fun, I think. I know, right? Well, Mr. Sega, he knows the Sega inside and out. So that really shocked me. Face mask and headphones. What'd I miss? That's the hard part. It really is. I mean, I have to go out to eat tomorrow with my grandmother, because that's kind of the thing we do. We go out, have lunch, run around the day. So I had to think about, where do I want to go to eat? Well, I think we're going to go to this place locally. I'm not going to eat the fries, but they give you, for like $25, you get a giant plate of gyro meat. It's meat. I can have that and the cheese, and I can cheat on some veggies. Like, I'll do the sake sauce, which is just cucumber and Greek yogurt. So I'll do that, and I'm good. I mean, I don't do pizza anymore. I'm going to try some of the carnivore crusts and things. One's made of chicken and other stuff, but I'll try those eventually. Shut up, Nummy. I know it's a little bit, but it's still following carnivore. It is of an animal. So, shh. Actually, I don't eat that much cheese either. I don't go crazy on cheese, but. Oh, okay, that makes sense. See, I don't need all that. I can just run. I mean, I can run nonstop in water. I love it. We went to the pool for the first time, not last week, because that was it was last week. No, it was the week before the convention. And I went and I just swam and played with the kids. And it's my favorite thing. Swimming is my favorite thing to do. All right, Biggie. Catch you later, man. Oh, and Biggie's the man. I'm going to tell you this right now before he heads off. He is awesome. He is sending me. It's not much, but I totally appreciate it. That Datafrog 2000, he had one, but he can't see it because of the screen and everything. But he's going to send that to me. I'm going to give it to a girl. But first I'm going to do a review on it because there's a new update to it, I guess. And hopefully maybe now it'll play Super Nintendo games. But we'll see. Oh yeah, because you got the snorkel. I know, I've snorkeled before. Going to the bathroom doesn't count, Nummy. Yeah, he hooked me up. I mean, pretty much anything I can do to get content done is what I've been trying to do. But now at this exact point, I feel a little overbooked because I have at least 2 to 3 more videos worth of stuff from the convention. Then I need to keep doing some more of my tutorials. And I also have like 5 or 6 other videos I have in mind that I need to queue up. Oh, M.2. On all my systems, boot from M.2. Well, not all. There's a few exceptions, but mainly M.2. Yes, seriously, I am. It shocked me when he reached out to me and said he wanted to do that. Yes, Nami. Oh, of course, man. You're awesome. I appreciate all of you in here. I mean, I come to RGG's, well, okay, Chase is amazing, but I try to be in all the chats because of all of you guys. You know, that's why I was hoping would happen is we can all just hang out, chat, do whatever on a Friday night. You know, whatever topic, bring it up. I will hit it. I don't care. I mean, we've been all over the place. We've talked about Trump. We talked about Biden. We talked about wokeness, and all before V even got here. Oh, the little the system. Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about buying one, and the reason he offered it is because I was thinking of buying one for my daughter because it's the perfect, you know, form factor for little hands for her, and it's not expensive enough that if she breaks it, I'm gonna get angry. So, you know, right? A Linux OBS stream drive. I don't need that, man. I'm happy with my setup for the most part. I'm learning it, and I really love Prism. I'm really comfortable with my setup, all the plugins and everything, and scenes done. You're gonna give me some crazy scenes, though. I know it'll be like, what is that in the? What do you got as my green screen? What is it? I just know it's coming. That's exactly what would happen. Oh, you're comfortable with it? I'm just worried about my eyes because seriously, I'm looking at a 34-inch ultra wide right now, and there are things I still have to squint at. It's how bad my eyes are. So, which I'm hoping will get better as I lose the weight and this whole diabetic thing. But I've also had astigmatism and everything. They do say I'm a good candidate for LASIK, but we're going to hold off for a little bit and see what happens as I lose the weight and see where my eyes end up before we do any corrective surgery. I don't drink beer. You squint a little bit with it. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I play Launchbox on my camera or my phone. And even with on-screen controls where it's filling the whole screen, I feel it's too small. I think I really need something at least the size of a Switch or something before I'm comfortable. So. An Easton. Regular. I mean, aren't they all? Because really, isn't it just a misshaping of the cornea? Or not the cornea, but the actual eyeball? Oh, see? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it sucks. and I really hate my eyes for it, but I'm hoping they get better. And eventually I will do LASIK, but I want to give it a little time before I do that. So they say I have a good candidate and that it should improve, but they don't know how much. So we'll see. Oh, that would suck. Because my glasses help. I mean, okay. On, I see the word clear. I mean, I could see it here too, but only because I know what the words say, I can read it, if that makes sense. Really? I have a really good peripheral vision, so a 34 ultra wide that is about a foot and a half, about a foot and a half away from me. I still see the whole screen looking dead center, so. Well, we didn't say too much about Trump, but a lot about wokeness mainly, man. I'm a fan. I'm voting Trump this year, so there's no other option. So here's how I put it with Trump. I didn't vote for him in 2016. I voted for him in 2020, and I plan to vote for him this time. So. Yes, I can drive. Actually, I'm the only one who drives. My wife hates driving, so I do all the driving around here. You do what? 124 and 522s? See, that's just a waste of electricity. Why not just use like a 34, split it in half, and you can... I mean, that might be way cheaper to set up, though. You're right, now that I think about it. Because I can get 22s all day off a marketplace for anywhere from $5 to $20. So... Oh, he is. He really is. I mean, the funny thing is, though, it's genuine. He goes and talks to anyone and gets along with everyone. And that's something that I can't think of many politicians that can do. So. Yeah, you run service, but you're doing it headless, right? So you're just basically SSHing in, right? And yes, I'm letting it grow back, guys. So yeah, I'll just be like this for a week or two. I might keep it a little closer cropped instead of the whole. Ooh, man, it's been a long night. I mean, work was insane. Usually Friday at my work is chill, mellow, not much going on. Broken shit. It feels weird because I only do it like once a year just to get like a fresh, growth. And that's it. But that's all I do. Yeah, I know you do a lot of things. The FPT. You meant FTP, right? Because I don't know what FPT is. Oh, that went down the wrong way. Beer, yeah. Sorry about that. Yep. I love my green mug. When I was filming my first video with the green screen and I went to take a drink and saw it and I was like, I did not expect that. I just didn't think about it. And I was like, oh, now I got to play with it. I absolutely love it. No whiskey. It's actually just carbonated water. No additives, nothing, just carbonation. So I have a Soda Stream. I go to Hy-Vee over here and I buy a bunch of dry ice and we throw it to refill the canisters, and it's a really cheap way to refill your Soda Stream. So, and since I don't do sweeteners or anything like that, I will sometimes do a sweetener, but I try to avoid it. And if I do use sweetener, I prefer allulose and erythritol mixed. Jack and Coke. That was one of my drinks. Actually, when I lived in Florida and I was a big partier, my biggest drink was this drink called Red Death. It literally was Kool-Aid. What was in it? Amaretto, sloe gin, vodka, triple sec. There was some other liquors in it too. I don't remember everything, but they used to give us glasses. Yeah, bigger than highballs of it, $5. This shows you how much liquors went up in price. Anyway, and first one I got, they're like, I bet you can't drink this real quick. And I was like, all right, slammed it, put it down. They're like, I bet you another $5 you can't drink another one that fast. So I did it. I did like 5 or 6, and then I start filling it. And I didn't pay for a single one. I was like, thank you. Ooh. Too many martinis. Okay. Never been a fan of martinis. I either do shots or I'll do something like a mixed drink. Usually, no one knows how to make Red Death out here. The only reason I found out about Red Death, it was a guy from Jersey, in Jersey Man's Gone, who said it was a Jersey thing. So, I need to ask V and Joe about that, if it actually was. But that was like 20 years ago. I was living in Florida back in like 21, 22. No, I'm sorry, 2001, 2002. So it was somewhere around there. And the guy, no one's from Florida, okay? It was all people like, I'm from Jersey, I'm from Michigan, I'm from Ohio, it was weird. No one was ever from there, really, except for the kids. But that was about it. So, all right, guys, it's getting late. I actually went for almost 2 hours tonight. Unless you guys got anything you want to talk about, I think we just call it a night and everyone have a good weekend. Awesome, Digi. I appreciate it, man. All right, I'm going to call it a good night to y'all. And I think I'm going to go watch, I'm going to watch anime with my wife. There's one we haven't watched in a long time, or we never finished. What is it, My Hero Academia? And now we've just been binge watching it at night for like, how long have we been watching? Like a month and a half? Oh, she's not even in the room. I can't even see her because of the lights on me. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Peace out and God bless.